Lecture 1: The Concept of Multimedia Technology. 1.1 Components of Multimedia. The word multimedia has become firmly entrenched in our vocabulary, and it's hard to imagine the modern computer world without it. Like any successful concept, it is multifaceted. Perhaps the most accurate formulation comes from one of the pioneers of multimedia in our country, Sergei Novoseltsev. Multimedia, from the Latin multum, meaning many, and media, medium, center, means a complex of hardware and software that allows the user to interact with heterogeneous data, graphics, text, sound, video, and animation, organized into a single information environment. As we can see, multimedia combines several types of heterogeneous data: text, sound, video, graphic images, and animation into a single whole. And this concept itself has three phases. First, multimedia is an idea, that is, a new approach to storing various types of information in a single digital form. Second, multimedia is the equipment for processing and storing information. Without it, the multimedia concept cannot be realized. Third, it is software that allows the combination of these four elements of information into a complete multimedia application. Multimedia technologies are one of the most promising and popular areas of computer science. They aim to create a product containing collections of images, texts, and data, accompanied by sound, video, and an animation, and other visual effects, simulation, including an interactive interface and other control mechanisms. This definition was formulated in 1988 by the largest European Commission dealing with the implementation and use of new technologies. Interactivity is the ability to respond to user actions, including user control. The conceptual basis for the emergence of multimedia technology is considered to be the MEMEX concept of memory organization proposed in 1945 by the American scientist Vannevar Bush. It envisioned searching for information based on its semantic content rather than on formal criteria such as numerical order, indexes, or alphabetical order, etc. This idea found its expression and computer implementation first in the form of hypertext, a system for working with combinations of textual materials, then hypermedia, a system for working with the combination of graphics, sound, video, and animation, and finally, multimedia, which combined both of these systems. However, the surge of interest in the late 1980s in the application of multimedia technology in the humanities, and in particular in historical and cultural fields, is undoubtedly associated with the name of the outstanding American computer scientist and businessman Bill Gates, who conceived the idea of creating and successfully implementing a multimedia product based on a museum's official inventory database utilizing all possible environments, images, sound, animation, and a hypertext system. National Art Gallery, London. This product embodies three fundamental principles of multimedia: information presentation through the combination of multiple human-perceived environments, multiple storylines within the product's content, including those constructed by the user through a free search in the information provided in the product's content, and artistic design of the interface and navigation tools. The following multimedia capabilities, which are actively used in presenting information, are an undeniable advantage and distinctive feature of this technology. The ability to store large volumes of diverse information on a single medium, the ability to zoom in detail on screen images or their most interesting fragments, sometimes up to 20-fold, magnifying glass mode, while maintaining image quality. This is especially important for presenting works of art and unique historical documents. The ability to compare images and process them using a variety of software tools for scientific research or educational purposes. The ability to highlight hot words, areas, in the accompanying text or other visual material, which immediately provide reference or any other explanatory, including visual information, hypertext, and hypermedia technologies. The ability to provide continuous musical or any other audio accompaniment corresponding to a static or dynamic visual sequence. The ability to use video fragments from films, video recordings, etc., freeze-frame functions, and frame-by-frame scrolling of a video recording. The ability to include databases, image processing techniques, animation, for example, accompanying a story about the composition of a painting with a graphic animation demonstration of the geometric constructions of its composition, into the disc content. The ability to work with various applications, text, graphic, and audio editors, cartographic information, etc. The ability to create personalized galleries, selections from the information presented in the product, pocket mode, or My Notes. The ability to remember the path taken and create bookmarks on the screen page of interest. The ability to automatically view the entire product content, slideshow, or create an animated and voiced guide to the product, talking and showing user instructions, including game components with informational components in the product. The ability to freely navigate through the information and access the main menu, considerable table of contents, or the full table of contents, or even from the program at any point in the product. Thus, a multimedia product is the most effective form of information presentation in a computer information technology environment. It allows for collecting vast and disparate volumes of information, enabling users to select information blocks of interest through interactive interaction, significantly increasing the effectiveness of information comprehension. 1.2. Classification of multimedia applications. Multimedia is the interaction of visual and audio effects controlled by interactive software. Multimedia is a combination of text, graphic images, sound, animation, and video elements. According to the definitions above, multimedia can be classified from various perspectives. First, based on interaction support, based on the use of different multimedia telecommunication technologies. 1.3. Application areas of multimedia applications. Application areas include computer-based learning, scientific, educational, or educational fields, video encyclopedias, interactive guides, simulators, situational role-playing games, etc., information and advertising services, popularization and entertainment, internet broadcasting, entertainment, games, virtual reality systems, presentation, display advertising, media, creativity. A multimedia station is becoming an indispensable author's tool in film and video art. Behind the screen of such a desktop system, the filmmaker assembles, arranges, and creates works from previously prepared fragments, drawn, filmed, recorded, etc. Military technologies, industry and technology, touchscreens, trade. In scientific research, these are electronic archives and libraries for documenting collections of sources and exhibits, cataloging and describing them scientifically, creating backup copies, automating search and storage, storing data on the location of sources for storing reference information, providing access to non-museum databases, organizing the work of scientists not with the documents themselves, but with their electronic copies, etc. Medicine, knowledge bases, surgical techniques, drug catalogs, etc. Artificial intelligence, the implementation of artificial intelligence elements in multimedia systems. They have the ability to sense the communication environment, adapt to it, and optimize the user experience. They adapt to readers, analyze their interests, remember questions that cause difficulties, and can offer additional or clarifying information. Speech recognition systems that understand natural language further expand the range of interaction with the computer. 1.4. Multimedia technology hardware. Multimedia technology consists of specialized hardware and software. Building a multimedia system requires additional hardware support, analog to digital and digital to analog converters for converting analog audio and video signals to their digital equivalents and vice versa, video processors for converting conventional television signals to a format reproducible by a display's cathode ray tube, decoders for interconversion of television standards, and special-purpose integrated circuits for compressing data into files of acceptable sizes, etc. 1.4.1 Hardware. All equipment responsible for sound is combined into sound cards, and all equipment responsible for video is combined into video cards.